Welcome to episode number 4 of the SLAM Playbook YouTube channel. SLAM is Senior Living and Multifamily Playbook. This is where you guys learn all the educational information from multifamily and senior living acquisitions from me, one of the experts in this space. Week 4, we're going to start with why senior living is one of the most powerful passive investments today. Most investors are chasing the same crowded asset classes: multifamily, the short-term rentals, that self-storage. But there's one asset class that's creating massive cash flow that's driven by that demographic wave, that silver tsunami, that baby boomer generation. And there's no stopping it. It's senior living. And the surprising part, most investors still don't understand it. Today, I'm going to break down why senior living has become one of the most powerful passive investment opportunities available, and why smart capital is moving into this space. If you're new here, my name is Roberto Carabetta. I'm a senior living operator, investor, and owner. And my team focuses on acquiring and operating facilities that provide quality care and strong returns for our investors. This channel is dedicated to helping understand how senior living investments really work. There's no hype, there's no complexity. I'm going to try to break it down in simple educational information. Let's get into it. Okay, this demographic wave. Yes, you've heard the word silver tsunami. It's those gray-haired population generation that was born 65 years ago. And now they're turning that age 65. They're considered seniors. With senior aging comes care. Not all seniors need the care, but there's going to be a high percentage of this population that's going to need care. And I'm here to position myself for this opportunity. Let me start with one simple fact. Every single day in the United States, thousands of people turn 80. Life expectancy increases, and the demand for care-based housing is exploding. This is not a real trend. This is not even speculation. This is actual data, math that is out in the open, out in the public. But not all of us are seeing it. We're seeing one of the largest demographic shifts in modern history. More seniors, longer lives, and higher care needs. And the supply of quality facilities is not keeping up with the demand. When demand rises fast, strong business follows. Senior living sits directly in the path of this huge wave. That silver tsunami. All right, now you're asking, what is senior living? When people hear the word senior living, they may assume it's a nursing home, but it's really not. It's really a place where you put your loved one, mom, dad, uncle, aunt, cousins. You put your loved one to know that they're cared for, they're finding a sense of belonging, a sense of community, and has a certain care level. It can be anywhere on the spectrum of independent living, assisted living, or even memory care services. But remember, it's residents not paying rent for care. They're paying for meals. They're paying for medication management, activities, safety, and that community feeling. Which this means revenue per unit is significantly higher than your traditional multifamily apartments. This is real estate with an operational business on top. You're a business owner, not necessarily a real estate investor. You have an operations component to it. And when you run them properly, it produces exceptional cash flow. You have the real estate appreciation and you have the business growth. It's a win-win situation if it's operated correctly. Why investors are paying attention to this? There's 3 major reasons investors are learning and leaning in to senior living. There's a needs-basis housing. The apartments, the multifamily, they're more often a lifestyle choice. You choose an area, you choose an apartment, you choose your amenities, You're choosing to be there. Senior living, it's typically a needs basis choice. It's a decision that's made based on your needs or the family's needs. When care is required, families will move. Demand becomes less sensitive to that economy. We're not looking at economic growth with businesses moving into that market, but we're looking at care level growth or senior population growth. Because at some point along the spectrum, seniors are going to need some level of care, whether it be independent, assisted living, or memory care. There's multiple revenue streams in the senior living space. Instead of just rent, these facilities generate income from the services and from the care level. More revenue equals stronger economic potential. Higher cash flow potential. Because of the operational component, senior living often produces stronger cash flow than your traditional multifamily. And this is important. It requires experienced operators. You can't just be a real estate investor and then all of a sudden tomorrow jump into senior living acquisitions. You have to learn the operations. You have to be experienced. You have to align yourself with the correct partners and the correct mentors to learn this business. It's not a passive business. It's an execution matters business. All right, let's address the elephant in the room. We have to build the trust. Let me be very clear about something. Senior living is not easy. This is not a buy it and forget it kind of asset. You're caring for human lives. There's actual people that are coming to you for you to care for them. So staffing matters, culture matters, leadership matters, systems matter. The difference between a great facility and a struggling one, 9 times out of 10, it's the operator. This is why you invest in senior living, to change the operations, to better the lives of the seniors, to make comfort to the families, and yes, to reward your investors. Let's simplify this a little bit for the passive investor. When a passive investor enters a senior living deal, you invest capital. The operation team, they execute the business plan. Guys like me, we improve occupancy, we optimize these operations, and we enhance the care quality. As performance improves, the value of the facility increases. Even with a great reputation and a great care level, you can attract far away residents from an hour, 2 hours away. Why? Because they'll come to your facility based on the care and the staffing that you have. It's not a market-specific business, it's a care level business. And investors benefit through the cash flow, equity growth, a refinance, or even at sale. They benefit through the profits. All without managing the facility themselves. You're focusing on their career, they're focusing on the business, they're focusing on their own family. They live their day-to-day life. Me, the operator, and my partners handle all of this. Staffing, care needs, operations, management, reputation, marketing, licensing. Your capital is working while you go to work for your own capital. So why some investors are missing this? Most investors stay inside their comfort zone. They invest in what they understand. And that's typical. That's okay. But what's the key word in investment? Is diversification. Years ago, we were never exposed to this senior living asset class as an investment. So you might feel a little bit less unfamiliar. It's been ignored for 10, 15, 20 years. But unfamiliar does not mean risky. It often means opportunity. Institutional capital is starting to understand the space, and very soon, in the next couple of years, will be entering the space. Private investors, they're just catching up. And you know, when they have a bunch of money on the sidelines, they're going to pool it all into the one investment, the one sector that's making the most return on their investment? I think that's senior living. All right, who is senior living perfect for? Senior living is especially attractive for investors who want stronger cash flow potential, believe in long-term demographic trends, prefer needs-based housing, want exposure beyond traditional multifamily, and they think in decades and years, not just months. This is a long-term wealth play. It's not based on speculation. It's not based on hype. We're not chasing this shiny object. We're actually following the data, following the market, following the research. All the data is online. I'm just here to make it simple for you. It's a one-stop shop. I'll tell you the data. I've researched the data. I'll tell you the lack of supply. I'll tell you the huge demand. That equals opportunity. I've done all the research, and I've already closed on 11 senior living facilities. At the end of the day, senior living is about two things: providing quality care for residents and delivering strong performance for our investors. When both are aligned, this powerful magic opportunity happens. We create impact, we create wealth, and that's why I'm heavily focused into this space. If you found this helpful, hit the like button so more investors can discover this space. Comment below, SLF, if you want me to break down how passive investors actually earn returns inside a senior living deal. Subscribe to the Slam Playbook channel if you want deeper education around senior living investment. Because in the coming weeks, I'm going to go much deeper into this asset class. I'm going to show you how experienced operators like me acquire facilities and allow limited partners like you to invest alongside me. See you in the next video.